Hey beautiful souls. Today we are going to learn about light language. So I'm going to be teaching you about what light language is and how you can actually use it yourself. So this is a safe space for healers, intuitives, and light workers like yourself to come and learn about spirit and energy. I'm passionate about giving you guys really practical tools that you can start implementing in your everyday life to help you live in this multi-dimensional reality. So by the end of today's session, you're going to know how to use your own light language and start practicing it in your healing and in your everyday life. And also share a light activation of our hearts and our throats at the end. Before we get into today's session, you might want to grab a piece of paper and a pen and even like something you like to drink so you can listen in and really take in all of the information today. Okay guys, so let's go through exactly what I'm going to teach you today. So you're going to learn what light language is, how light language can actually help you, and what it may actually feel like when you channel your own light language. You're going to learn what types of light language there are, and also at the end you're going to learn how to speak your own light language. So if you're excited about today's workshop and what you're about to learn, then do me a huge favor and click subscribe if you haven't yet. I'd love to welcome you into our community. Okay, so what is light language? So light language is a form of communicating love and healing. It's a universal language that absolutely anyone can use. So when you're using light language, what you're actually doing is tapping into and embodying higher frequencies. You're becoming a channel. So everything is energy, everything around us is energy. We have frequencies around us all of the time, and what happens is when you channel light language, what you're actually doing is tapping into all of this beautiful love, all of this beautiful light, these higher love frequencies. So that's when you merge with them, and you begin to transmit them through your own unique way. When you channel your own light language, what you're doing is opening up and being in flow. You're allowing these frequencies, these higher love frequencies, to flow through you, and that you have this beautiful expression of it that is completely unique to you. So no two light languages are the same, if that makes sense. Everybody has their own unique interpretation of it. I believe light language is the direct link to the soul of ourselves, the soul of humanity, and the soul of the universe. It is pure source energy that you are working with. It's this energy that is free flowing, and when you speak light language, what you're doing is tapping into those frequencies and being a transmitter of it. You're being a conscious transmitter of it because you're choosing. So as I said, you are channeling these high frequencies and physically manifesting them into reality. One of the most powerful things about using light language is that it is a universal way of communicating with all beings in all realities all at once. When we use light language, we connect to each other on such a deep level. So the spoken word is very powerful, but it's only the tip of the iceberg when it comes to effectively communicating deeply with others, So this really cuts through all the bullshit. We go straight to the source, straight to the heart, straight to the soul. And that's why you logically can't always comprehend, even if you're just listening to someone speak light language. You feel it with your body, you feel it viscerally. So in saying that, it really is an evolved way of communicating, because what it does is it forces us to strip away our own ego, strip away our pride or even self-shame, or even moving our logical mind out of the way just for the moment to be raw, be open, be real, and share our hearts and our soul's expression of the light that we feel. The beauty about using light language as an intuitive or as an empath or as a healer and a light worker, well, it's that this language does not separate us. It doesn't divide us, because it's not for some and then for others. This is universal. There are no rules, no limitations. Light language is all about letting go, trusting, feeling. It's a feeling transmission. So like I said, it goes beyond the mind and conceptual language. And this is why most intuitive people are actually drawn to using light language, or at the very least are open to it, because as an intuitive, you would understand energies on a feeling level. This reminds me that truth and wisdom lies in what we don't know, not in what we think we know. I can sit here and explain to you what light language is in a conceptual way, but really what we want to do is move beyond that and get to the point where we're using it and we're feeling free. Like I said, it just cuts to the source. So how can light language help you? Now, I've mentioned a few things like being open and free, and also, communicating in such a powerful way. But also in light language are codes. There's codes of healing, specific codes that we are tapping into, and that's what a lot of people refer to as light codes. And these codes, if you think of pure source energy, really high vibrational love, they're very activating within us, and that's what we feel. That's what you're feeling when you're receiving light language, and when you're actually channeling light language as well. Light language helps us connect. It helps us connect to others. It helps us connect to ourselves. It helps us connect to the earth and life in general. So it helps us empower ourselves to find our voice and expression. So light language helps us heal by shifting our energy, by shifting our state. You'll feel it when you receive light language, when you channel light language. You can feel the energy shifting around you. You may not know conceptually why things are shifting or what is shifting, but on another level, on an energetic and a soul level, things are moving to where they need to be, removing blocks, activating those light codes, and empowering you to heal, to self-heal. So light language is amazing at transmuting energy, raising the vibration, clearing energy, protecting, and what you can actually do, because light language is all about intention. Any energetic work that you do, you can shift the vibration by your intention. Okay, so you can proclaim certain things that you want to channel. Obviously, you'd always be looking for the highest vibrations. But if you wanted, like I said, people could be using it for protection, for clearing, for love. And so it's really about your intention and about what you want to do with these beautiful frequencies. Another way that light language can help you is to connect you to the divine, connect you to your spirit guides and your angels. So this is because it's a non-intrusive way of connecting to yourself. And it's, like I've mentioned before, it's a very freeing way. It just cuts through all of the crap. It can seem like a vulnerable thing because you're being so open. You're opening yourself up to these beautiful energies to come through you, to merge with you. So when you do that, when you get into a practice of doing that, you're naturally in a state to connect to your subconscious, to connect to those higher realms and higher dimensions as well. Because in order to connect to your spirit guides or to touch base with the divine, you need to be in a relaxed state. And what I love about light language is that it opens you up, but opens you up in such a beautiful, safe, embodied way, because it is you embodying light, right? Like I said, it's you manifesting your interpretation of pure white light energies into reality. So what does it actually feel like to speak and channel light language? Yet another beautiful thing about working with your light language is that when you are being a transmitter of light language, meaning when you're channeling that, you're actually being the receiver as well. So it's this beautiful healing and freeing experience that as you practice and when you get used to receiving it, you will shift and notice different things. Because we're working with energy and we're all completely unique beings, we are going to experience light language in a very unique way. So for me personally, when I transmit light language, I feel this deep weight almost within my womb space. So this is For me, I've learned this is when I'm activated, I'm deeply embodied, I feel grounded in my body. And as I'm speaking, I can feel things clearing and shifting. I can feel goosebumps, I feel love. And it's like I'm speaking to my people with affection. Sometimes I get visions, but I usually get more visions when I'm listening to someone else speak light language and I'm being the receiver of that. And I believe that's because it's activating, like I said, it's activating an awakening my soul memories. So yeah, it's very, very special. So as someone who's receiving light language, you may feel many different things. You may feel things shifting in your energy field, bodily sensation like goosebumps or lightness, energy buzzing, warmth in certain spaces, or even coolness running over you. So this is all energy activating and shifting. You may get images as well, or you may just feel a sense of love or peace, of connectedness or healing. Some people also say that when they're receiving light language, that they know and they feel all of these words and all of these sounds that they're receiving on a really deep soul level, on a subconscious level. When I posted a light language transmission on TikTok, it was less than 1 minute, and people were saying that they felt every word that I was saying, every sound that I was making. They felt like they understood everything that was being transmitted. And the beauty about this is that everyone will receive something unique. Okay. Another thing that may come up for you when you are receiving light language from someone else, or even being a transmitter and speaking it, you may feel emotional. Okay, so for me, I cry. I definitely feel an emotional release because of this beautiful soul remembering that I feel when I listen to someone speaking light language, and it's a light language that activates me. And energy is intelligence. Okay, it's healing intelligence, and we're surrounded by it everywhere. Energy will go where it needs to go for the receiver to help support them. And this is why light language requires the transmitter, so the person speaking the light language, to let go of ego, let go of their own mind-made limitations, emotional limitations and restrictions, so that the light can do what it needs to do. So it's very similar to Reiki energy. If you're familiar with working with healing energy, you'll understand that as a healer, you do not force healing energy to come out of your hands or to work with that. What you do is you simply allow, you open up to receive the energy that's already around you. And so that's what light language also requires of you as well, is to let go. What types of light language are there? So just as everyone is unique, so too will be your light language. Light language in essence is channeled expression. So it may be showing up as movement, as dance, or hand healing gestures. So many people use their hands and just feel like intuitively they need to move their hands in certain ways to move and shift the energy or express it. It may be singing or certain sounds like I use. It could even be writing and writing symbols. It is often so natural to us intuitives and us empaths and healers that you actually may find yourself doing it without even realizing. So really what today is about is consciously taking notice of the way that you naturally feel pulled to express yourself, especially when it comes to any form of self-healing or any energy work or inner work that you do. When I posted the light language transmission, I actually had a few people saying that, oh my gosh, is this what it's called? I come out with my own expressions. And I didn't realize like that this was actually a thing. I didn't realize it had a name. It's very empowering and it's like a validation and confirmation, which is so beautiful because you do it naturally. And I have a feeling that a lot of you guys use your light language naturally. You wouldn't even know. Like I said, there's going to be certain sounds or the way that you write or certain symbols or things that you do, like you may move your body in a certain way just to shift energy. I want to share with you guys a story of mine when I didn't know that I was using light language, but I was using it intuitively and instinctively. So back in the day, I used to manage a little hippie store. And of course, it had all the crystals and incense and things like that in it. And when a customer that I was connecting with bought a crystal, or I'd have certain experiences with customers because I would channel readings right on the shop floor. Obviously, it wasn't ideal. That's not what I was supposed to be doing. It just happened very naturally for me. I would just tune in and start reading for these beautiful strangers. But anyway, so if they bought a crystal, I would. There were times where I would feel like it needed cleansing, but it needed cleansing in a very different, unique way. I would say I'll be back, and I would grab the crystal, and obviously I'd say to them, would you be fine with me wanting me cleansing this crystal for you? And they would be like, yeah, totally. So I'd go out the back and I would start to channel light language. I didn't realize I was making these sounds that literally sounded like a crystal singing bowl. Like, I kid you not. Um, and I would just make these sounds over the crystal, and obviously I would close my eyes and I'd be channeling, and I wouldn't even, I mean, the sound that was coming out was vibrating like my whole body and my head as well. So it was shifting, me too. So yeah, that was an example that I didn't realize what I was doing. I was just following my instincts, following my gut. I just knew that energy was shifting, and that's what I had to do. So this is an example of what it really can look like. And another example was when I went to my Reiki healer recently. I had an experience earlier on this year with my Reiki healer, and her and I were sitting down talking, and I just got this feeling to speak to her about light language, and she was like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize I was using light language myself. She told me that before she did healings, she would just start speaking certain languages and like just letting go and channeling sounds and things that she knew in her heart, and just letting go and using this transmission to heal and to set the tone before her clients came in. And she said sometimes she feels like she wants to do it for her clients, but she was scared of judgment. And so that thing again that I'm speaking about, what it takes to openly speak light language, it's going back to that whole healing for us as an intuitives, letting ourselves be seen for our natural abilities to connect with high frequencies in this powerful way. So from today onward, I want you to start thinking about how you use your light language. Have you ever felt the need to move your body, or use your hands to shift energy, or use sound to shift energy? Okay guys, so we're finally here. We're at the point where you are going to learn how you can cultivate your own light language. I've broken this down into 3 simple steps. So the first step is practice. So this is really all about letting go and being in flow. Remember, as I've said, how important it is for us to be an open channel, to let go and be free within ourselves so that we can welcome in these higher frequencies. So what you need to do is get used to being in a relaxed state, get used to being in a state of receivance. So that's opening up unapologetically and freely. So getting used to expressing yourself. So the more that you can let go, the more that you can be in flow, and you can interpret these energies that are coming into you. So as you relax, you're opening up to higher dimensions. It's all about practicing letting go and being in flow. Step 2 is intention. So this is all about creating a focal point for your energies. And obviously when you're working with energy, intention is everything. So it is the foundation. You're creating a container for yourself. So what you can say is, I call upon my highest vibrational healing guides. Be here with me now and support me as I embrace being a channel of light. I wish to channel pure love frequency to heal and be healed. I let go and merge with my true self. So if you like this affirmation and you want to use it, you can either screenshot it right now or follow the link in the description box for my blog. So I've actually written a blog post with 6 extra practices to help support you to discover your light language, open up to your own light language. So there's some really great stuff in there just to give you that extra support if that's something that you want. You have your affirmation in there and also those 6 extra practices that can help support you. So that will just be in the description box below. So after you finish watching this, you can head there. Now, on another note, I do want to say that you can use light language to connect with other high vibrational beings as well, so beings in other dimensions. And this is why at the start I said that it is a way to connect with all beings in all realities at once. So if you have a natural affinity with a particular star being, because I know that a lot of you guys are actually starseeds. So if you feel called to do so, or you have a natural affinity to particular star beings and star races, then trust your intuition and you can call in them. You can ask that you connect to their pure love and light frequencies. But if not, then you're just connecting to divine healing and love. Now, the third and final step is about exploring. So it's about following your intuition and exploring your light language. So giving yourself that permission to start to explore expressing yourself in unique new ways. So using breath, using sound, and using movement. Step 3 is really about playing with energy, so being conscious and paying attention to what you can feel. Can you feel the energy rising and falling, and what is it doing, and how are you expressing yourself with that energy flow? Being one with energy. Exploration is freedom, right? And that's what I've been saying throughout this workshop, how freeing light language is, particularly for us intuitives. So start to practice, start to play, use it when you need an energy shift, start to play with how you can use breath, sound, movement to move and shift energy and work with your light language. So some areas and ways that you can start to practice and explore your light language is when you're clearing your space, maybe cleansing crystals like I did, or cleansing your aura, which I have a blog post about that as well. When you're needing emotional support, so shifting energy in that way. When you're wanting protection, or when you're feeling stuck and you want to move energy, practice your light language. Light language is perfect for anchoring, so grounding, aligning, and creating focus, as long as you've got that intention and you've practiced relaxing and letting go. Well, my beautiful people, we're heading to the end of our workshop. So up next, I do have the light language activation, which is activating your throat chakra and your heart chakra as well. It is my intention that this workshop and the extra tools that I want to give you serve you in some way, shape, or form. So if you did receive some form of value or you felt empowered, it would mean so much to me if you do share this with other light workers that you know, other soul sisters and brothers of yours. All you need to do is click the share button or forward this link on to other people that could find this beneficial as well. So having said that, that is it from me today, guys. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed today's session and stick around for the healing transmission to come.
Lelola, leka sikapanta, lelola sakai, mashu, lela, sekaisi, sekarsi matus, sekarsi matus hina, nanasi, nakapushamata, la pusakamasi, lajus, la susanki, la da. La pasi laka.
I love you and I see you. Thank you for being here.